Today I'm reacting to your Friday Night SmackDown Hot Takes. Hot Takes is a weekly video series where I give you all a platform to be able to voice your thoughts, whether those are good thoughts, bad thoughts, or everything in between about the world of professional wrestling. So if you'd like to have your thoughts featured in the next episode of Hot Takes, make sure that you follow me on X because I ask for your hot take after every episode of Raw, SmackDown, and every WWE Premium Live event. And there's a good chance that you're probably watching this a couple of hours before Survivor Series, so just know that we're also going to be doing hot takes for Survivor Series, so make sure that you follow me on X. And change of scenery, folks. We are in Colombia. We are traveling, visiting family on a little vacation, but we're still doing daily videos here. With that being said, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I know that you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. Like literally, I can't have more proof that this is the daily wrestling YouTube channel, for God's sakes. I'm in a different continent, still uploading hot takes, for God's sakes. And hey, if you want even more wrestling content, don't forget the Patreon, patreon.com/SantiZap, link in the description, link in the pinned comment. Let's read your stupid shit. Roman still needs to apologize. Yes, let's not forget about this, folks, and I will continue to remind you that Roman Reigns still needs to apologize, and I think I'm gonna remind you every week until he does, because there's no way that this dude can continue to get away with things without even being a little bit remorseful to somebody. Still, to this day, it just doesn't make any sense as to why Game 7 didn't happen again. Both Andrade and Melo are just doing side things right now. It just doesn't make any sense. I know it doesn't make any sense. In fact, I said when it happened, when LA Knight ruined Game 7, that it didn't make any sense and that it would borderline ruin the feud that Carmelo Hayes and Andrade had. And sadly, I think I'm going to end up being right. And you know what so many people said to me when I said these things last month? They said to me, Santi, you just got to let Papa H cook. Where I'm here to tell you that sometimes Papa H hooks up a heaping pile of shit. Because here we are, a month removed, just 1 month, and all of the momentum that both Carmelo Hayes and Andrade had garnered over this several month fantastic feud that they had seems to now just be floating away, especially for Andrade. At least Carmelo Hayes is having matches with the undisputed champion, but Andrade, I'm concerned as to what the heck they're going to be doing with him over the next several months. But yes, Santi was right, and but yes, chalk this up to Santi was right. This was cinema. Dude, it was incredible. I think that this is gonna go down as maybe one of my top 5 favorite segments of the entire year. The storytelling, the cinematography, the tension being built up throughout, the fact that tension was built before the face-off even happened, with CM Punk showing up late and Roman Reigns getting pissed and angry. It was just so good. This frankly just has me excited about the prospect of a potential future feud between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, something that I desperately hope that we get sometime soon. But then there's also the unanswered questions. Who is Paul Heyman really aligned with? Is he truly everyone's wise man at this point, or is he one of their wise men and ready to backstab the other at any moment? I thought this was fantastic, easily the best segment of the night. In fact, I thought that it was smart to save this segment for the night before Survivor Series to help drum up excitement, and also it was smart to do this on a pre-recorded episode of SmackDown. It is a shame that this apparently leaked before it aired. I didn't watch the leak, but if that did happen, if you did get spoiled, I'm sorry, that sucks for you. But yes, this was cinema, folks. Best segment of the night, bar none. I am wondering what the favor that CM Punk is going to ask of Paul Heyman is going to be. I'm sure that there's hot takes about this later on, so we'll save them, but definitely it gets your gears moving in terms of what kind of conspiracy theories this could lead to. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns has to happen in 2025. Look, there are, to me at least, 2 sides to the return of CM Punk. One is for CM Punk to give us dream feuds with current day WWE superstars, but also to give us dream feuds that we were robbed of when CM Punk left the WWE for 10 years. And one of those feuds is against Roman Reigns. So it's time to make up for lost time. WWE, give us CM Punk, give us Roman Reigns. This could easily headline SummerSlam. Put Paul Heyman on a poll. I don't give a damn. Make sure you give us this feud in 2025. Jacob versus Jay ending in a clean victory was unexpected. I know. Isn't that crazy? A bloodline match ending with no interference? actually mind-blowing. But I'm glad that it ended clean because it reminded all of us how dangerous and monstrous Jacob Fatu is. And you know, it's just a refreshing feel to not have a bloodline match and with 50 people getting involved to help the evil guys. So thumbs up. I thought that this was great. Nakamura proved that he's not washed. Look, I never thought that Nakamura was washed. I just thought that he was booked into oblivion, and being booked into oblivion can give the feeling and the aura that you are washed. But this was a nice clean slate, like new beginning, rebirth for Shinsuke Nakamura. This new character, the new presentation. Personally, I really like the entrance theme. I like the fact that he actually won a match, a really good match. Everything about what happened on Friday Night SmackDown with Shinsuke Nakamura is an absolute treat and a win for everybody. Cody versus Melo can be generational rivalry if given the right amount of time and story. See, that's the special little extra sauce. Given the right amount of time and story, because as we've seen in this episode of SmackDown and several months ago, this is all they need, time and story, because when it comes to in-ring, they're going to deliver every single time because they are incredible together. Their chemistry is impeccable. The way that Carmelo sells for Cody Rhodes is out of this world. He makes Cody Rhodes' Crossroads legitimately look like the most dangerous, deadliest move in all of WWE. So the question has never really been about the match, but will WWE ever give Carmelo Hayes a proper end-to-end story with Cody Rhodes? I sure hope so. I definitely hope so, because I think that there's something there because of their already fantastic in-ring chemistry. I'm sure that that chemistry can lead to great promo chemistry as well. I can't be the only one that thought this during the Punk, Roman, and Heyman video, right? Wait, what is this? Season 3 of The Walking Dead with Andrea holding a meeting between Rick and the governor? I think I can safely say that you are literally the only person on this planet that thought of this. Lash Legend has had a handful of matches on the main roster, and she is outdoing herself. She will definitely be in the Royal Rumble next year. Let me just do you one better. I think that she's just going to get called up next year. Clearly, they already have a lot of faith in her, and to be frank, as a fan, every time she's in the ring, I think we can all agree she delivers every single time. She delivers decent matches. She's safe with everybody. I don't know what to like here. I feel like they should just be calling her up as soon as possible. I feel like it does beg the question, what happens with Metaphor? Because if you don't watch NXT, she's got this group, this Metaphor. There's 4 people. So I'm curious if they're willing to move all of them up or just Lash Legend. If WWE wants to treat Kevin Owens like the monster that he is right now, he should 100% beat Cody at main event. It would elevate his heel run to another level and establish him as the top heel. Cody can win it back at the Royal Rumble. I mean, you're just right. Like, fundamentally, you are correct. If they were to give Kevin Owens this victory, this would be huge and instantly catapult him, as you said, as the top heel in the company. I would say as a bigger heel than the heel bloodline right now as well. Will it happen? I don't think that it will, because we have the ever looming presence and the return of the Orton, who, if he does return at Saturday night's main event, which it is what I'm predicting, I think that he would probably take out Kevin Owens and help Cody Rhodes win. But I don't mind the idea of Cody Rhodes losing the championship, even if it's not to Kevin Owens, just at some point, because Cody Rhodes' chase for the championship was so special, and I want to see him chasing again at some point. I just hope that we don't fall into this routine of the top champion having to hold this for a year plus. However, it does look like Cody is going to go on that year plus long run. But again, I don't mind the idea of him in a micro feud lose and then win it back the next month or 2 months after. That is how WWE functioned for like decades. But yeah, you're right. Of course, if Kevin Owens wins, that would be huge. There being a North American wrestling pay-per-view almost every weekend for the last bit of the year, with Full Gear last week, Survivor Series tomorrow, Deadline next week, Saturday night's main event the week after, then after a week break, World's End is what I'm grateful for. And then don't forget that basically immediately after that, we kind of have a PLE with Raw on Netflix. But I have a bone to pick with that. Look, I'm glad that you're grateful for it, but I purposely went on fucking vacation in December thinking that there would be very little wrestling. And then there's wrestling like every other week. This is bullshit. But we're still here making content because we just don't take breaks. Shinsuke's theme is fire. I agree. I personally like it. I saw a lot of people really hate it, but I don't know that they necessarily hated it. They just hate the fact that the banger theme he already had has been changed. And then they take that as a way to say that the current theme is shit. But I'm here to say, why not both? I think both themes are fantastic. It's my way. It's my way. It's my way or the highway. Yeah, we were all thinking this as well during this segment. But dude, I really like this. I like that Tommaso Ciampa is heel-ish, but he's still kind of like on the line and just trying to bring, dude, personally, I love this segment. I love the dichotomy between still a very clearly much a babyface Johnny Gargano and a dude that at this point has already turned to the other side in Tommaso Ciampa. I love that they don't hate each other. I love that they're still homies. I love that they still want to make things work, but they're just on polar opposites in terms of how to ethically go about this. I'm glad that this isn't leading to one of them turning on the other, at least not as of yet, and I don't think that that's where it's going to go. I do still think it's going to be a full-blown DIY heel turn. After that Roman, Punk, and Heyman segment, I genuinely think that Paul is turning on Roman. Look, I don't know. To me, it's up in the air. This dude's allegiances seem so firm with Roman and Punk that it's hard to fathom a world where he turns on either of them, but it's also hard to fathom a world where Paul Heyman doesn't acknowledge the fact that Roman Reigns never came back to help him. And the one that did was CM Punk, hence why he's giving him this favor that we still don't know anything about. I'm not convinced that he's going to turn on Roman, but I'll just say that I won't be surprised if it does happen. I'm starting to see what you're putting down when you say that we're getting heel DIY. You could see at the end of the promo with Ciampa and Gargano, before they cut the cameras, you could see in the look of Johnny's that he's pissed off and annoyed, and I think that he knows that Ciampa is right. Dude, I think all of this buddy-buddy love between Johnny Gargano and the guys of Motor City Machine Gun is just to set up DIY turning heel, and it's just to set up for Johnny Gargano to break our hearts and attack the guys from Motor City Machine Guns. I think that they're just trying to massage the relationship between Motor City and Johnny Gargano, make you think that it's like really strong and you cannot break that bond that they have, whatever that bond ends up being, just to have DIY fully turn heel and have Johnny Gargano fully just attack and backstab the guys from Motor City Machine Guns to fully give us this DIY heel turn that I really think we're going to get. I have a feeling that we're going to be getting a Punk-like return where at the end of the show, Brock Lesnar shows and maybe aligns himself with Paul Heyman once again. I mean, I weirdly could see this because it would be kind of a hype moment if Paul Heyman is in the ring with all three Paul Heyman guys in Roman, Punk, and Brock Lesnar. And I'm sure WWE has it in the back of their mind that they need to try at the very least to and look, I'm sure that the WWE knows that it's a borderline impossibility to try and outdo what they did last the return of CM Punk, but I sure hope that they at least try with a big surprise, and I think Brock Lesnar kind of makes sense. Nakamura should have won in less than a minute to make his Japanese evil spirit gimmick real and make him look like he can actually win tomorrow. I'm going to be honest, the way that he beat Andrade in a really good competitive match, to me, served better than just squashing Andrade and actually made me believe even more that he will actually beat LA Knight. On top of that, had they done a 1-minute squash match, then you're really just sending Andrade down to the basement because that, like, he wouldn't recover from that. So I feel like this was best case scenario, a strong competitive match that makes the new Nakamura look great while still keeping Andrade like a very competitive person in the mid-card picture. So I politely disagree with you. SummerSlam 2025 main event, custody of the Wise Man ladder match. Look, sometimes 2 + 2 should just equal 4. I love this. It makes sense. Give it to me, Triple H. I know it sounds silly, but like, I do think that a match between these two for the services of Paul Heyman would warrant the main event of SummerSlam. Quote, the favor they were talking about needs to be Paul Heyman becoming the Wise Man for CM Punk exclusively. This sets up a feud for Roman versus Punk later down the line. I like this idea. It's simple and it makes sense, and it goes with what we were just talking about, doing a match for the custody of Paul Heyman. Stick with me here. What if CM Punk is commissioning Paul Heyman to petition to give CM Punk another match against The Rock. Hey, CM Punk said that he's here for scalps, he's here to get his revenge, and he never got his revenge on the final boss, The Rock, for that loss back in 2013. Look, I'm here for it. It seems completely out of left field. It seems insane, but so did CM Punk teaming with Roman Reigns. That was insane too. So as far as I'm concerned, anything is fair game, and The Rock versus CM Punk, dude, I would love to see that revisited again. All we need is for Chelsea Green to beat Bayley and Michin to beat Naomi. That's right, my friend. You see the vision. None of this Bayley should win the championship to legitimize the US championship. Nah. Chelsea Green and Michin, with how much they've been working and how good they've been, that in itself legitimizes this as the workhorse championship of the women's division. All right, folks, we kept it short this week because this video is really only going to be relevant for a few hours. Enjoy Survivor Series. Don't forget that I will be live streaming Survivor Series to you guys on YouTube and on Twitch, even though I'm on vacation. So come on, stop by and enjoy the show with other wrestling fans. But for now, I'll see you later. Take care. Get out of here.